Max just told me that I'm muted. Still nothing? But there's a delay. How about now? Is it better? Is it okay? I like turned every switch. It might sound crazy now. Okay. So, yeah, let's play a lip reading game. Hey, Cliff. Thank you, Grumpy. That was a good monologue. I'm glad I didn't get too far into it. Yes, funny you should say that, Art. I have a little bit of a Ken Heron montage for tonight as well. Thank you, Bob Casey. No audio. You know, it's so funny. Thank you, TJ. I had pre-scrolled all the way back up to the top so that I could quickly say hi to everybody. So I didn't even see like thank you, Dominic. I didn't even see like all of the um yeah. Anyone read lips? Sound. But thankfully Max is upstairs and he had his phone on and he yelled down to me. So thank you, honey. So what I was trying to say, but no one heard me, was hello and welcome to the Tammie Jean stream. I have a lot planned for tonight. I almost didn't want to do conflicts and controversies this year. I mentioned this last week. I just didn't feel like it was worthwhile to bring up all of the conflicts of the past year, stir the pot. Maybe some things have been laid to rest, and here I'm gonna, throw everything together and tell the story of this fight and that fight. So I actually left some out. The ones I kept in, a few I thought were funny, kind of just for fun, but a few of them I felt like there were some good issues that I wanted to talk about. So I felt like they were worthwhile to bring up. So that is what I've got going on for tonight. A look at the past year and some of the stuff that went on. Max Air 420 sucks and blows, but mostly sucks. Donald. Actually, if you noticed at the end of my intro, I do have a thank you to Max. He's like my eyes and ears on what's going on in the community. Also, I don't know, we just kind of bounce ideas off of each other all the time. Like sometimes I'll be talking about the stream or he'll be telling me about something that went on one of the lives. He listens while he's working. He has headphones on, so he gets to hear more of the live streams than I do. But sometimes we'll just like be laughing about something and he'll be like, "Oh, it'd be cool if you like someone fell asleep on a stream and he was like, you should put them all together and have like lullaby music in the background." I was like, I'm gonna do that. We might see that at the award show coming up in February. But let me say hi quick. Philip Koshat was in first. He said 2023 wasn't one of the best years, but 2024 will be. And I'm with you on that, Philip. Lambo is here. Chris Wedgeworth. Hey, Mr. Skyfly. Hi, Joel. Donald, Jody, Drone Shots. How you doing? JDS. What? You were first again? Amazing. I don't know how you do it. Tim is here. Good to see you, Tim. Meanlight Drone. Hi, Christian. East Coast Thrills. Good to see you, Dusty. Scrolling down. Cliff Field. Oh, you're only here for the live stream. Good. All right. Good. Let me see. Cool Cat's here. Good to see you, Michael. Dominic's here. Let's fucking go. I'm with you. Catskills Brad. Hi, Brad. Quadcopters and Tech. Hey there, Tony. Nomad Ariel is here. Good to see Joe. Who else? Art Codrone Solutions. Hey, Art. Mark White. Good to see Mark. Droning with Jamie. Hey there, Jamie. Going through, trying to be fast. TJ Giggles, FPV. All you guys switch into the FPV name. Bob Casey's here. Hey, big brother. Doug Rostad. Good to see you, Doug. And I think I've gotten through everybody. If not, I'll say hello when I see you. Oh, the Steve Sandbox is here. Good to see you, Steve. Waypoint New England. Hi, Brian. Okay. And now I'm down to the point where you're all telling me you can't hear. Ghost is here. Hey, Eric. All right. I guess I'm to the bottom. Rude Dog. Hey, Rudy. Good to see you. Mad Props is here. Hey, Randy. All right. I think I got everybody. Did I? Wedge and Bag. Good to see you, Paul. We can hear you now. Can you turn the audio back off, please? Thanks, Donald. I was boring him last week. He was falling asleep. He kept letting me know. Dustin the Dragonfire is here. Good to see you, Dustin. Okay. Oh, and Grumpy Vlogger. Hi, Lloyd. And Joe Fotoleo. Hey, Joe. Okay. Got it. Right? Yeah. Okay. So, Coast to Coast Drums. You are living conflicts and controversies, Bill, but that's why we love you. That's why I love Bill's show. If you guys don't have this one on your radar, Wednesday nights, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, Bill has a great show. He's always got good conversation going on over there. And he's always trying to do something a little bit different. He is on Conflicts and Controversies tonight, so I'm glad you are here, Bill. All right. Should we get started? Oh, a little reminder from Tony to please hit that button. Thank you, Tony. All right. I'm still not at the bottom of scrolling, but okay. So if you weren't here for last year's Conflicts and Controversies, it is actually a fun show. When I looked back at it, I thought it was a fun show. But if you're not familiar with what I do, the year in review are a bunch of clips that I've pulled from over the year. And Conflicts and Controversies are, a little bit more of the conflicts and controversies that we had in the community. But I will let Justin explain it.
Oh, Tammie's controversial video will be coming out sometime this month. You ever watch Tammie Jean's channel, Rob?
Yes, I always watch.
At the end of the year, she does the drama portion of one of her end of the year specials. Yeah, and she actually brings up all the drama everybody had and shows video clips and shit. Oh, it's funny as hell.
Yeah. Conflict and controversy is the terminology she used.
Apparently, I'm in it again because I was in it last year.
Yeah.
But you
I don't remember what it was about. Fuck, dude, there's been so much damn trauma on YouTube for the last 2 years.
YouTube thrives on drama.
But I'm pretty sure I'm in this year's episode as well. Because she'll actually go back and get clips of everybody talking like mad shit about each other on their live streams. And then she'll bring up like the really touchy subjects. It's kind of funny to watch, I think.
Yep.
So there it is. I also find when people are talking about me. So that's always funny. So thank you for the intro, Justin. I want to say hi to Tim Jackson. I just saw him in the chat. Isn't that heavy Aussie accent glorious? It is, Cliff. I love it. I love listening to accents. I do. And I've always been, I think the whole community has always been a little bit amused by Dominic's accent. I mean, everyone wants to say yeah all the time. So wait, there was someone else I saw. Oh, Steve Carpenter is here. Good to see you, Steve. So, okay. Where do we start? So yeah, I think, like I said, I think some of them there's a point, and some of them there isn't. But you know what? I think we will start with my friend Dominic. He was in last year for a few reasons, but one of the things, Dominic was like a little bit new to the community around the time that I started my live stream. And I always remember when he had 100 subs and he said he really wanted to get to 200 subs because someone had told him that he wouldn't. And that had pissed me off. And I was always trying to promote Dominic at every turn. He promoted the hell out of himself, by the way, by being on live streams, by doing shorts. I mean, Dominic grew his channel very quickly, I think, faster than mine. But there did come a point when he asked me what he should say if he ever ran into the guy who said he would never get to 200. And I remember telling him that the best FU is to just succeed. Just, at that point, you don't need to say anything. But I knew immediately when I saw a guy from Melbourne on the Ken Heron show, I knew that this was it. I knew that this was Dom's nemesis. And I knew that he wasn't going to be quiet about it. So, of course, I clipped it. And here's what happened.
And Northside Hawk with, I guess, an Australian $2. Thank you very much. Can you congratulate me on 1K subs? Yes, congratulations on 1,000 subs. It is such a rewarding thing to get that comma, isn't it? Gotta have that. Thank you. Congratulations, Northside Hawk. We've got to bring in our guest. We have Sean. Hey! Hey
guys.
Hey, welcome to the show. You are in what part of Australia?
I'm in Victoria, which is the state, and then in Melbourne, so pretty much central.
And I'll just show your channel very quickly. This is the Drones Down Under podcast channel, and they have 419 subscribers right now. Let's go ahead and get them over 500. What do you say, gang? Let's try to do that.
That'll be very useful.
Yeah. Do you find it difficult to be a drone pilot in Australia with CASA and all that stuff? And let me just check one more time here. Last we left, it was 454 subscribers. Let me go ahead and reload. And now you have 463 subscribers. Yeah! The power of Ken Heron.
Thank you, guys.
Take it easy. We'll see you. All right. How about that guy?
I was laughing the whole time because I kind of knew that Dominic would be catty, and he was, but in a very funny way. And hey, Ken Heron benefited as well. So yeah, the fact that he just never thought that Dominic would hit 200 subs. And at that point in time, Dominic was over 1,000. When I checked with Dominic a few weeks ago, he was up to 2,475 on YouTube, and he gave me his other stats as well. But I'm sure he's way ahead of that guy now, and probably like I said, Dominic, the best FU is just succeeding. So congrats to you. And do you guys think there's something to having, like, I don't know, kind of like negative motivation in a way? Like, I'm sure Dominic would have always been motivated to grow his YouTube channel, but do you think it helps in a way, in a twisted way, to have someone tell you that you can't, that it'll never happen for you? Like, does that make you try harder? I don't know. Let me say a quick hello to Jonathan Jackson. What's good, family? I thought I saw a few. Oh, Eric Smith is here. Good to see you, Eric. Who else did I see? A few people snuck in while that video was playing. Oh, Little Llama Laura. Good to see you, Laura. Oh, and Rigor Mortis. Hey, Mark. He said to unsub him. He's on a quest to get to 0 subs. Technically much harder than reaching 1,000. People just never want to unsub. Isn't that right, Mark? So, yeah. So anyway, congrats to Dominic, both on the growth of your channel, but also on kind of getting to like rub it in that guy's face a little bit. I would say the takeaway there is to just keep going either way. But next question, what if you feel like YouTube is against you? Because I have heard this past year, I have heard so much about the algorithm and about not being shared out. Like this constant complaint that if only YouTube would cooperate and like share your shorts or share your long form or whatever the case may be, you know, it like, I always hear that YouTube is against people. What's that? Like it's all squished.
That's from you bringing wood. That wasn't me.
Well, I brought it from upstairs to down here to light the fire. So, I mean, I'm sure I squished it. But yeah, I couldn't light the fire. I guess I squished the lighter. I probably dropped a pile of wood right on it. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people blame YouTube. But one of the biggest arguments I hear against YouTube and against the algorithm comes from Chuck. We all know Chuck from Covaction. He actually has a great channel. He and Lori go on fantastic adventures. But Chuck is always feeling held back because of YouTube. Here's a little clip. YouTube algorithm is here. Awesome. Oh, that is so cool. Welcome.
I see you talk a lot about YouTube and its algorithm and all that.
I'm never going to understand how YouTube's algorithm works. I know they say think of the algorithm as your audience, right? So like if you're not if the algorithm's not liking your stuff, your audience isn't liking your stuff.
Yeah, we should be directing our questions to YouTube algorithm. He is in the chat.
Well, maybe it's not the audience that should be seeing the stuff that Lori and I make, is seeing it because the algorithm's so fucking stupid and hung up and blind with greed. Because really, I mean, like, I mean, seriously, I mean, there's millions of viewers out there. You mean to tell me you can't find a couple 100,000 people that want to watch your stuff?
And I agree with you. I think that something's wrong with the algorithm with YouTube.
I mean, we all know that with YouTube you have to have the hook at the beginning and like the super epic thumbnail and the great title, and then none of my videos start with like the super epic hook because they just don't. And then we lose everybody in the first 30 seconds. They're gone.
Take this anger, harness this. You're obviously being way too nice in your videos.
Right. It's not anger. This is passion. I'm like, okay, so really,
no,
I
want
really
him to bring this anger. Bring it to England. Say, listen, fuckers, we're in London, and you're gonna watch it.
Listen, fuckers, this is England.
Well, we've kind of come to terms with this,
Well,
right?
sometimes we feel like YouTube isn't really sharing us.
That's the problem. Really though, it does feel like the algorithm doesn't really like. I mean, because there are viewers for all of our stuff. There's millions of people out there
Is
watching.
it the algorithm or is it just me? Everybody here knows that drones are not pulling the same
They don't get
views
the
that they
views.
did.
If, you know, I got to call up the head of YouTube first.
He's gonna call. This is gonna ring.
Oh, you're the head of YouTube?
You're the head of YouTube.
That's why I'm pushing your channel, bro. Shit sucks.
YouTube is huge. YouTube is focused on commercial money-making stuff, and that is not what we are doing.
Actually, it's really Chuck's channel. You know?
Yeah.
He doesn't deserve it.
Well,
you know, he puts way too much time. He literally puts too much time into his channel. You gotta just throw out content.
And we would love to be seen by more people. I would love for more people to get to see us, but we don't control that.
And not worry about it.
As the people who run YouTube, we're just against Chuck.
I'm letting you know.
We purposely designed the algorithm to ignore
Chuck's
him.
coming back.
We're just ignoring him, you know?
Interesting.
Let me talk to you, YouTube. I just want to talk to you for a couple minutes.
So yeah, a little montage about the algorithm and how it doesn't cooperate. Hey fuckers, hey Ken Heron. I've got some clips of you on my show tonight, Ken. Tonight is Conflicts and Controversies, all of the conflicts that happened in this past year. So yeah, I have some clips of you, actually by request, to be quite honest. But yeah, let me just speak about Chuck for a moment, because I feel like he answered his own question. Like, I hate to give unsolicited advice, but since he is so vocal about, you know, growing his channel and the algorithm, I mean, I feel like I'm not someone to speak because I have not been that actively growing my channel. I don't even have a lot of content lately. I would say like this past year, like I've hardly put up videos. I wish I had more time. I have so much content in my head that I just can't get up there. So I feel like I'm not the person to give advice. However, since Chuck talks about this constantly, and in that clip there, I really do feel like he answered his own question, because YouTube is a competition. It's a game of retention. It is getting people to watch your videos. It's not necessarily about views or about subs. It's just about keeping people's attention, keeping them on the platform. YouTube is a business just like everyone else. So, you know, Chuck saying that, you know, the algorithm is blind with greed. Well, yeah, the algorithm is designed to keep people on the platform. Like, I watched a video the other day of a tsunami. So guess what's in my feed now? Tsunami, 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 tsunami. Like, it just keeps coming up. I said to Max, when are we going to transition into some other, like, weather catastrophes, you know? And as soon as I say that, here come the tornadoes, like my YouTube feed right now, because the algorithm is trying to keep you hooked. It wants to keep you on the platform. That's the purpose. YouTube is a business. They want you to stay and watch video after video so that they can show ads and make money. Like, it's silly to say that the algorithm is blind with greed. Well, yeah, that's what it's there for. That's what it's designed for. So when Chuck says that, he doesn't really have a hook in his videos, and he always loses his viewers in the first 30 seconds. Don't ask why the algorithm isn't sharing you out. Like, you're not retaining people, and that's what it wants. It wants you to retain them, and then it wants those people to love your content so much that they binge watch one after the other after the other. That's how everyone makes money. So, you know, I just feel like the thumbnails and the titles make you click. The hook tries to keep people watching for as long as possible until they really get into the content, which Chuck's content is awesome. And hopefully they stay and watch another video. But I feel like Chuck is missing the hook, and he's just kind of hoping that people will stick around long enough to see these high quality, beautiful videos that he's putting together. But people's attention spans aren't really that good. So it's a game of attention. And I feel like I said, I feel like Chuck answered his own question there. He's missing the hook, and he needs the hook. You do kind of have to play by the YouTube games. So that's my unsolicited advice, and my apologies to Chuck for calling him out. But this is one of those things that I have heard all year long. So, hey, let's talk about it. And let's just say hi to Jim's Droning really quickly, and to James Ray. I think I skipped him earlier, but hello to both of you. Chuck has a heavy bag in the basement. He has written algorithm on. Yeah, and he probably kills that thing every night. I just wanted to see what else people were saying. Tammie Jean, the algorithm is cooked. A girl on an EUC can get 33 million views and others only get 300. I mean, obviously there is, obviously you've got to get attention somehow in the beginning, you know, but anyone can have that video that takes off and shoots their channel into more views. I know that I don't put that much content out, to be honest, but I know the first time I got decent views on a video, YouTube shared my very next video. Like when I looked at my analytics, and I won't get too deeply into this, but when I had a video that did really, really well, YouTube took my next video and blasted it out there to everyone. And I could see it in my analytics, how many impressions, you know, how much it was shared. So, I mean, it wants to help, but it's almost like you have to prove yourself first in a way. So let me see. I was trying to keep up with the comments, but I don't know if I will have time to do that tonight because I have so much content to share with you guys. But let me see. Oh, well, since Ken is here, when I was going through the chat review a few weeks ago, I saw this one from Tony, Quadcopters and Tech, and he said, Tammie Jean, you need a compilation of Ken Heron meltdowns. Now, Tony, a little reminder. The year in review is me taking all these clips that I have pulled together from the whole year and kind of bringing out the different things that I felt were memorable, momentous, whatever, and showing them to sort of after the fact in January say, yeah, you should pull off Ken's clips from the past year. That's like another 5 hours of work for me to go back through like all of Ken's videos and pull all the times when things went wrong. Oh, I meant to say hi to Night Train. Hey, Night Train. I just feel like, you know, after the fact is requesting a hell of a lot of work out of me, Tony. But I did it, okay? I did it for you. I did it for Tony, Quadcopters and Tech. I went back and pulled some Ken Heron meltdowns, and I hope Ken is still here. Because Ken, actually, there was quite a lot. And when I first pulled everything and put it all together, the video was very funny, but it was about 20 minutes long. And I try to keep things to more like 2 minutes on this show. So I edited down. I probably have 5 different versions of, you know, Ken's struggles from the past year. I think there's a 15-minute version, a 10-minute, a 5-minute, and then, oh yeah, and then the one I ended up with, which is much shorter for your viewing pleasure. But maybe I'll have to send the other ones to Ken in case he wants to do something with them. Yes, well, Night Train, that's what I do. That's what I've been doing all year. I clip the things that I wanted to say for the year. So when Tony said I should clip Ken Heron, I was like, but I didn't do that. I didn't do that all year. But I did go back and clip them. You guys, you want to see? Let's see what I ended up with. It was very hard to edit this down. But here we go. Ken Heron's meltdowns. Sorry, Ken.
This is Ken's favorite thing is technical difficulties.
I love it. It's the best. I freaking hate Skype. I still don't know how
see
to...
if you can hang up on me when you bring him
I'm
in.
totally going to do it.
Awesome.
I'm totally going to do it. This is where Skype makes me want to blow my head off.
Bye, guys. It's nice talking to you.
No. Hey, welcome to the show, sir. Oh, fantastic. We can't hear him. Buffering. Just refresh. All right, let's see. Stand by as I bring in... Oh, my God, no. So the FAA is broken, and apparently so is my stream. Oh, but now Russ is gone.
No.
Russ, are you there, bud?
I'm here.
But Ken's gone. Ken? All right. Now it's in Skype. What should I do, Ryan?
Wow, that's a good question.
Stream.
Because if you
Thanks,
if
Max.
You have to
My feelings aren't hurt. Okay. I don't think I can do anything. Let me go over to stream settings. Nope, too late. We are in it now. That's it. No buffing way. Okay. Hold on. Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm being told that we have an echo.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was afraid of this, because Wirecast sucks and I hate it. I'll be right back. Are we back? We back? Yay, YouTube, you suck. I almost want to not do this anymore because of that. But stand by. Stand by. This is live. It'll be okay. Where's my paper bag? I gotta breathe in a paper bag. So
are we going to meltdown? Possibly.
Possibly a meltdown. Yeah. So we're still buffering. Fantastic. These newfangled machines. And this is the last show. I'm done with it. I'm not doing any more live streams. I'm done. Has it been no audio this whole time? I think I hate everything and everyone. So, Ryan. It's got nothing. Listen, you guys, I have a phone. Some of you out there know my phone number. Let me know. God damn it. It is wire suck. Wire crash. I hate them so much. All right, this is the last stream. Welcome to the last stream. I'm not doing this again. Stupid... I'm going to say... No kids. Stupid fucking thing. Wirecast, you just suck so much. Can you see me? All right. What about now? Is it fixed? You guys have to talk. You guys have to talk. Buffering. Goodness. All right. I hate Wirecast.
I see people saying it's fixed.
I hate Wirecast so much. One word.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky.
Oh, goddamn. I'm done. I'm out. That's it. I quit YouTube.
Wow.
It's bad. Dynadrone says it's bad. It's really bad.
Yep.
Very bad.
John Scott,
it's awful.
very bad.
It's so bad.
Worst
it's really
it's ever
bad.
been from
Worst
Uncle
it's ever
Bill.
been. Holy hell.
Hello. Good
Ian.
morning.
Hey, welcome. There he is. There he is. And now Dave's gone. Fucking Skype. Get the kids out of the room. This isn't stopping. Fuck. I have to go back. God damn it. I hate Skype so fucking goddamn much. No, that's not it. Stand by. We back? Anyone? Bueller? I think this is my last stream. I think this is it.
Don't leave, Ken. Yes, silence is the worst. Ken, my stream started off with silence today because I wanted to make sure that my microphone was at a good height, because sometimes it sounds like I'm in like a bathroom when I'm too far away from it. So I was trying to bring it up a little closer to me, and I think I clicked a button when I put it up here. So my stream started with silence tonight. So yeah, it happens. I don't know if I said hi to Justin earlier. Hey, Justin. And Robob is here, and Quick Cat is here. Good to see you guys. Drone me up. That is Brendan. Right? Yeah. Hi, Brendan. Ray of Sunshine is here. Good to see you. Craig Godspeed. Good to see you. Skype has sucked since it was created. It's funny because I was first just going to do a compilation of Ken, thank you so much. I have some videos to send you because I went through I put them all together, and then I thought he might not want to see them. Like, I felt a little stressed out going through them. So, but thank you, Ken. I appreciate that. And that was by request from Tony. Carolina Airshots is here. Good to see you, Jeff. Oh, Brendan said, nice montage. You look like you're in the Raz. Yeah, I think some of my backgrounds do kind of look like Raz. But yeah, so, sometimes the technology really is against you. And I feel like because Ken is out there in Tennessee, Western Tennessee, I feel like maybe he doesn't have the best service, and he does a hell of a job with what he has. And thanks, Ken. And there was one stream, and I was there for this one. There was I think everything happened. There was buffering, and then there was no sound. Everything went wrong with this stream, and yet everyone was still there watching, no one left. So whether they were waiting for a meltdown or they just had to wait and see what happened, whatever the reason, Ken's fans are very loyal fans, and they stick by no matter what. So that's kind of nice to see, that, and that's what I'm. You wanted to see him break shit? Well, I think you got to check out the other Ken for breaking shit, because I think Ken obviously gets angry, and he always declares that this is the last stream, but he actually still always manages to make it funny somehow. So, yeah, I think I did take it easy on Ken a little bit. Truth be told, there could have been a compilation of him yelling at his guests. Because when things go wrong and you're trying to see if the sound is on or if the echo is still going, or he yelled at Jeff, why didn't you tell me there was no sound? But yeah, I kind of did go a little easy on Ken. But you know what? There's just so much that can go wrong. And one of the reasons that I like to do the year in review is to just show, hey, these are live streams. Shit goes wrong all the time. I showed in the year in review parts 1 and 2, which already aired. You know what? Sometimes you need to use the restroom right in the middle of a stream. Sometimes the dogs start barking, and I just think all that stuff's funny. So I collect them and show you them at the year end. Hey, Gary's here. Good to see you. Brent Ariels. I saw Fam G is here. Good to see you. I thought I saw somebody else. Oh, Rude Dog said, you rock, Ken. So, all right. Oh, Ray Kelly's here. Good to see you, Ray. Okay. So I think I got through everyone there. But yeah, you know, even the most professional of us and experienced of us, because Ken has been doing this, I think, for 7 years now. So that's a lot of time in the live stream game. Like, I'm actually surprised he's still doing it. But yeah, 7 years. And I would say Thursday nights for all this time have definitely belonged to Ken Heron. But next question. What if someone takes your time slot? What if you start a live stream, or you've had a live stream going for a little while, and then someone comes in and takes your time slot and steps on your toes? Then what? Well, then we might have another conflict and controversy. This one I wanted to bring back up because I feel like there is a lot to discuss here. But let me first bring up the issue, what originally happened. Let's see. Here it is. All right. Here's the issue as told by Bill Thomas.
I'm trying to figure out if that drone show is still scheduled at the exact same time of your show. Hello, drone community. Thought y'all had this shit together with these schedules and stuff. Drone community?
3 p.m. Eastern? Is that when it is? Or?
And I do know that there's a published schedule out that pretty much
Johnny
had your
Drone Flyer puts the schedule.
Yeah, and it had your show listed at that time. So I thought this community made sure that that shit didn't happen. So I'm thinking it's pretty slimy because Bob, who is a major person in the community, has a humongous freaking group who gives back to everybody. So let's get this fixed because Bob's important to the community. Okay, somebody bringing a new show in that thinks they want to step on toes because they're the shit. Okay, hello, it's a community. You need to back up and find your slot. There's one already taken at that time.
Yeah, I hope they fix it, and I hope we can get this rectified here.
Bob is one of the most caring, giving, outgoing people in this community, and he's tired of doing the damn 9 to 5, busting the ass, answering to somebody who don't like this ad, wants it redone this way, wants it redone that way. He'd like to make money off of something that he created, that he came up with himself, so that he could sit back and have some leisure time in his twilight years with his wife. Okay? So it's bullshit. That's community to me. Back the hell off. Let him have his space. I want to know if this new show coming from England or wherever the hell it is, the drone show that's been triggered by the Drone Seekers International bunch that has had Bob on their damn show and had a guest and stuff, if this show is sitting on top of Bob's show that has already been established, is Bob not important enough to the community to have earned his own fucking show slot? Oh, we put a little flash on our show, so we're just going to shit all over everyone else because we have a better product. No, you don't, man. You spent 30 minutes and got somebody to put up some good thumbnails. Fuck that. It's convenient because it's prime time for us. No. Bob's in the damn published guide. He's appeared on your damn shows.
You know, I've had an established show in this slot for last 3 years, and
is people try to claim their community here and that they give a shit about the community and then they do what's convenient for them and then they don't give a fuck what they do to somebody else. That's not community. I'm tired of making excuses for shit. Bob matters here. Bob matters.
So that was a big rant on Bill's show, Coast to Coast Drones, but I feel like it brought up a lot of interesting points. Like, does anyone own a time slot? And isn't competition good? Right? There were a lot of comments. I actually saved some of the comments when I was watching that show because I was in the chat. And actually this is a night that I was actually agreeing a lot with Chuck from Covaction. He said, I don't think anyone meant harm. Viewers watch what entertains them. And there are two choices. You can change your content or change the time of your content. You know, be entertaining, make guests want to come to your show. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. He said it's really tough for everybody to find a spot that works for the people on their panel that doesn't conflict with an existing show. And I agree with that too. Like, you know, you're trying to work with all these people on a panel and find a time that works for all of you that doesn't conflict with everybody else. You know, when I started my show, I did not know when the hell to go on. I had Johnny Drone Flyers published schedule, and there were no time slots. I mean, there are in the afternoon, but I work. You know, I work 9 to 5. And like there were basically no empty time slots. At that time, when I was looking to start streaming, I think I was looking at Sunday nights at 8 o'clock, which I obviously didn't take. Max and I are away a lot on the weekends, and I just didn't feel like I wanted to have that stress of like, oh my God, I have to get back for my show. Like, so I didn't take Sundays. I think I was looking at maybe like Tuesday nights at 7. I don't know. There was like maybe a half hour I could kind of squeeze in. And I thought if my show kept going when another one was starting, like then at that point, people might have to choose. But really, according to the schedule at that time, there really wasn't much open. And I started to look through and go, okay, well, I mean, I don't actually know this guy because I didn't even know everybody in the schedule. I was like, maybe I could go on at the same time as him. Like maybe we have different friends. I don't know. It was really tough. But then I decided that I would go on late night after Ken Heron. And I was hoping that that wouldn't conflict with anyone because as far as I could tell, Thursday nights belong to Ken. And well, don't you know, I actually did step on someone's toes. Marcel from Off Axis, he had a stream Thursday nights at 10 o'clock. It wasn't in Johnny's published schedule, so I didn't know. And so I ended up stepping on toes anyway. As much as I labored over this freaking schedule for weeks, I still ended up stepping on toes. So it was really, I don't know. It was hard. It was hard to figure out when to go on. I saw someone I want to say hi to. A few people. I saw Coach is here. Jim Bochard is here. And Chris Hope is here. Hey, Chris Hope. And also Brandon Beans. Good to see you too. So yeah, I think Philip Koshat starting the new year off with some green. Thank you, Philip. From comment number 1 on the stream tonight, I know Philip said that 2023 was kind of questionable, and I so agree. Here's to a good 2024. Let me just see what other comments we had. Chuck said there are a lot of people playing in the same sandbox, and you can't expect every channel to yield right of way to existing channels. That's just how it is. Max, of course, threw up the reminder that this stream sucks. I think that was Bill Thomas's stream, but he puts that in all of them. But yeah, I think, and then I said there would be no room for anyone else to try live streaming because every spot is filled and Johnny's schedule doesn't even contain every drone live stream. There are just too many streams. There's too many people to step on toes. So, I mean, it is tough. And let me see. There were a few more comments that were brought up on this. Let me play the video.
We're at last night on Coast to Coast.
No, I didn't.
I guess another show that's is doing their live show from England at 8 p.m. their time, but it conflicts with Bob Dempsey's show old farts in a drone or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And he was like getting super pissed about it last night. But
You got to just go with the flow. It either is or isn't, you know?
well, and this is the way I look at it, right? Like you could be the only time on that, the only show on that time slot, and say there's 100 average viewers, and then all of a sudden somebody else wants to start a live show at the same time. If 60 of those viewers decide you're just not as interesting and they want to go over and watch the other guy, that's not their fault.
That's right.
You're just not being entertaining enough. But yeah, people may only watch you because you're the only show on at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Bob now has to figure out what to do to try to combat this, to bring more viewers to his channel, because he knows he has direct competition now from people
Sunday
within
12,
the community.
right? That's what he-
And I don't think that that is necessarily a bad thing. Now, Bob does a great job on his show. I wish that I could see more of Bob's show. It is on while I'm working. But Bob does interviews. He's always got interesting guests. Bob does a great job on his show. But yeah, if suddenly someone else is streaming at the same time, well, I don't think there's anything wrong with stepping back and saying, okay, so what else can I do? Or what can I do better? Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with taking a good look at your stream and trying to figure out how to improve to make sure that they maybe watch your stream live and watch the other one on the replay, if that's what they decide to do. So Mudball's Happy Fun Time Show will have an entire segment where I step on people's toes. That sounds great. And I think you should do Mudball's Happy Fun Time Show. I think that would be excellent. I would watch. But you want to, I don't even know if I can say it, a gladiatorial combat segment on the Happy Fun Time Show. I think that would also be very entertaining. I see nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I mean, I think, right, Jim? He should do a live stream. Oh, he's just AI. Oh, okay. But yeah, I think it's really hard to just lay claim to all of these time slots and say, you know, no one else can come in here and step on toes. I mean, like, Justin's in the chat, or he was in the chat. Yeah, there he is. I mean, he streams at the same time as my show all the time. You know, if you want to go watch Justin, go watch Justin. If you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to open 2 tabs, whatever. I mean, no one owns the time slots. And just because someone's been streaming, and I don't know, I didn't feel so strongly about it, like they were doing something wrong. But I mean, you know that you defend your friends, I think, more aggressively than you would even defend yourself necessarily. So, you know, I think that Bill and Bob are friends, and he just felt horrible about it. From what I can see, though, I think Bob's show is still doing quite well, same as always. It doesn't look like, when I took a quick glance at his channel, I don't think he really lost any viewers. So let me see what else I had. Oh, a few more points about live streams. Okay.
There's enough people getting in the drones and enough people putting shows on that there aren't enough time slots. So at some point this is going to happen anyways, as the community gets bigger and you have more people out there.
It's different. It's different when you've interacted with them. You've interacted with them, and these people are in the same God that Bob is in.
Mark makes an interesting point too. Different continents, different audiences. I don't know how much crossover. I don't know.
Again, I say they're both in the same God. When he already thought he was going to be retired at this point, so he's simply trying to find ways to build towards that retirement, so he doesn't have to do this. What?
Can you retire and live off of what you're making on your YouTube?
No. He's trying to. You want to call it brand. He's trying to make it a brand.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to retire off what they're making on YouTube. So yeah, I mean, I do understand what Bill was saying about Bob Dempsey, though. He started Old Farts with Drones. He has a huge page on Facebook. I mean, I forget how many people he has in his Facebook group, but it's pretty huge. But at the same time, you know, I don't think that I don't think anyone's going to get rich off of their YouTube channel. I do think that Bob could really definitely do something with merch, because I think a lot of people really related to the name of his Facebook page, Old Farts with Drones. I mean, I know years ago, I got my stepdad a hat that said, "I'm old school." And he is old school. He's so old school. It's like, I think he maybe just started to use a computer a little bit. But yeah, like he loved that. But I do think that Bob could definitely find some success with, like, you know, merchandising somehow. But yeah, I think, I don't know. Again, I didn't think it was as big of an issue as Bill did, but again, I think Bill is good friends with Bob. So there was a very nice conclusion to it all, though, and I'll just play that quickly. I may cut it short. Let me see.
We'll get this out of the way.
Go on in.
We love Bob's channel. Please check Bob out. I'm not going to mention the other person, but I'd like to thank him for ranting and raving for 2.5 hours all about us and Drone Seekers International. It was brilliant. I've never laughed so much in my life.
It's been brought to our attention that we're on the same time as a marvellous other channel. So basically just watch ours on Catch Up or ours live, and Bob's on Catch Up or Bob's live.
I will say that Bob ended up going on the drone show as a guest, and Backpack Jack was a guest on Bob Dempsey's show. So I think that they kind of worked it all out. There's absolutely zero animosity between them at this point. But yeah, I think it definitely brought up some, you know, just interesting things to think about and discuss as far as time slots. And I mean, maybe just making your stream the best you can make it. And maybe there are people that, you know, relate to one channel more than another, tend to go this way or tend to go that way. It's fine. You know, I think everyone will end up watching the show that they feel entertained by or feel they can relate to. Whatever. But I do think it worked out okay in the end. I think everyone is still cordial and still friends. So Justin does live streams. Yeah, I think he does sometimes, Lloyd. Your new stream is going to be toe stepping. Very good, Jim. Laura said, everyone come to yours, no goes to Justin's. Well, I'm sure Justin has his fans as well. But yeah, people will go where they want to go. And I don't think anyone's required to go to anyone's stream above another. And I don't necessarily think that, you know, people that have been in place for a certain amount of time, like, there's nothing left. So if someone wants to start a live stream right now, they're going to step on some toes. Maybe some toes of someone they don't know, maybe some toes of someone they don't know that well, but toes will be stepped on. And there's no other way. Otherwise, it's all shut. You know, it's all full. Tammie, it's just like TV. If you don't like what's on, you switch to the channel. No one has the right to a time slot. They only have a right to put on a good show. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I feel like that's kind of what we should all be doing anyway. Just doing our best to put on, you know, the best show that we could put on, and hopefully people will enjoy it or relate to it. Hopefully they'll come back. Bill needs shock therapy. You know what? It's funny you should say that though, because I think sometimes Bill just likes to be shocking as well. Like he likes to stir the pot. He likes to get things going. Like even if it wasn't his friend Bob, if he was just talking about this in general and everyone was saying, I know no one's a time slot, I feel like Bill would purposely say, no, people do own time slots, just to get everyone riled up and get the chat going and get the panel going. Like Bill knows how to keep a very lively conversation on his channel. He does a very good job as host. And that's why I will say again, Wednesday nights at 8:30 for drone therapy on Coast to Coast Drones. Yeah, for sure. It's freedom of choice. You can watch whatever show you find the most entertaining, and if a show is boring you on a particular night, you turn it off and go do something else. If the conversation is not to your liking, if they're talking about subjects you're not into or find inappropriate even, leave. Go to a different channel, because people can talk about whatever they want and they can do whatever they want with their stream, and people can stay or people can go. Hey, Deneen's here. Good to see you, Deneen. Oh, Tim is going live in 2 minutes. Oh, wait, Tammie's live. Let me see. Here's an idea. Let's flip the conversation. Let's all watch some streams of me laughing. Yeah, that's a compilation I should put together, TJ. Just TJ laughing, because his laugh is the best. I think I have it in my terrible Streamyard. Oh, where is it? See, this is why I gotta get my push buttons. Oh, here it is. TJ has the best laugh. So, okay. Oh, this is usually your nap time, Jim. I never had a subject on my lives. I just wanted to have a live where people came and talked shit. Yeah. I mean, I feel like there are two kinds of lives. Well, actually, I'm sure there's more. But in our community, I feel like there are some that do guests, maybe some that do the news, maybe some do both. There are people that try to prepare all kinds of content and put on a show. And then there's the ones that are really more like hangouts where, people just hang out and talk. And I think that those work really well when the people on the panel really all get along and know each other, and the conversation is flowing and the jokes are coming out. I think they're very entertaining to watch and entertaining to listen to. So I've got TJ laughing as my ringtone. That's a hilarious ringtone. So, oh, hey, Technique is here. Good to see you, Roger. All right. So let me see. Let me see what I have next. Which one should I do next? All right. I'm going to play just a little bit more from Bill Thomas, because I feel like he was sensitive to this time slot issue because he had issues with the same thing himself. So let me pull that one.
I'm not gonna beat myself up about YouTube anymore. Fuck YouTube. I like hanging out with y'all, talking to y'all, bullshitting with y'all. I like talking to the people in the chat, bullshitting with the people in the chat. I like trying to give you all something to take away from each show. Funny how people are picking up on that shit now. That's like I've said for fucking how many years. I'll be like, I'll try to do something different from all the other drone shows. This particular show, Drone Therapy, The only show that I personally know of, but is Ken Heron's show. He started a week before me. And the only reason was because me, Billy, and Dan had a scheduling issue, or we would have started before Ken. So we've been on for I've been on drone therapy for going on 7 years. You know, and I've always been on Wednesdays except for 1 year when Billy had to change his schedule at college. So we went to Thursdays for 1 year. Then we went right back to Wednesday. Now there's shows sitting on top of mine that I have to deal with because other people like their recreation time. You know, I haven't shit on any of them, but I still have to deal with it and beg for people to watch the damn show. And the whole point is I do my best to deliver information about upcoming drones, firmware updates, all this shit. I'm not just blowing smoke up people's ass. Every other fucking drone show that I watch, and yes, I'm in a fucking mood tonight, all talks about the same shit over and over. And it's like, okay, you'll get my point of view this one, and you'll get my point of view in this one 30 minutes later, and you'll get my point of view. I mean, all these other bullshit shows that don't deliver a third of the information this one does, so it's like a firmware update. And then 67 people will come out with new videos that I'm subscribed to. And I'm like, no. Don't get near the views of the bullshit that comes on the other channels.
So I actually agree with Bill on a few points. I do think that everyone talks about the same things on a lot of shows, and it's, I guess it's hard not to, but when you're a show that is focused on the latest drone to come out and drone news or whatever, like I feel like a lot of stuff does get repeated over and over and over on all the shows. The firmware updates, the new drone coming out. Oh, there's leaks on the new drones. So a lot of it is the same stuff over and over. I also feel like, you know, Bill was in this live stream game pretty early, and he did come up with a lot of stuff to try to keep people entertained. And, you know, it's kind of funny when things that you try to do and then you see, you know, to be different, and then other people pick up on them and they're doing them too. I've definitely seen some of that. It's not that they're doing the exact same thing, but it's like, when I started, I tried to come up with concepts that I thought would make my show look different and feel different. Like, so it's a concept thing, and it looks different on someone else's channel, but I still know that it was my concept that I came up with that I didn't see before on anyone else's stream. And now things seem to be all over. So, I mean, it happens. It kind of sucks. So I do understand some of Bill's frustration in trying to do things differently. And then, you know, you see those ideas, and again, they're morphed. They're presented a different way, but the overall idea, the overall concept, you know, I sat there with a notebook for like 6 months writing down ideas before I started this show. And then, you know, I just see them all kind of go out there and filter out into just a little something here, a little something there. I see on another stream and I'm like, But what can you do? Yes, every show has its own take. That is absolutely true. I found that the trouble with the shows that have a scheduled show and an agenda to keep have very little interaction with the chat because they want to do what's written down. That's true. That's definitely true. And like I have had shows, I feel like the one where I had all the ladies on the panel, I had so many things I wanted to talk about with them that I felt like I wasn't interacting with the chat enough. Like, I guess I try to be in between. Like, I try to put on a show, but still talk to all of you at the same time because, I mean, I always like the interaction. And I guess I don't like as much when the show is going on and the chat is going on, and it's like they're two completely separate things. So I like to, I like to try to stay involved. Too many streams are just hangouts. I said it, fight me. That's another clip that I pulled, but I wasn't going to play it tonight. But I did pull a whole rant from someone who was saying you don't have to stream just to stream. You know, you don't have to sit there for 5 hours talking about nothing. Like, it was this entire rant about how all of these streams like offer nothing. Why are you even streaming? And I mean, I also feel like it's a different thing because I feel like, you know what, sometimes people need a place to go and hang out. Maybe they've got nothing going on right now. Maybe they're about to sit down and have dinner alone. And it'd be nicer to be with people who are hanging out and chatting on a stream. I really like Paul Murray's stream. He's on at 9 a.m. Eastern time and at I think I forget if it's 4 or 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. He's on twice a day. There isn't a schedule of topics or anything like that. It's like a place to go and hang out. And I feel like there's a need for that as well. So I would say I like both kinds of shows because I like a show, but I think the hangouts are nice too. Max listens to live streams while he's working because he's like working, but he'll work with headphones on. And I think, you know, it's more interesting to listen to people talking about things and to listen to music. So that's why he's always listening to the live streams, you know, whether he's in the chat or not. But yeah, I think it's, oh, I was trying to highlight Tony. You mean sit down and have a meal together on the live stream? Well, I mean, just like you're not alone if you're sitting there and you have a live stream going and you're talking to people in the chat, you know, oh, it's 9 and 5. Thank you, Night Train. I thought it was 5. I feel like sometimes in my head I confuse with Bob Dempsey a little because he comes on at 3 Eastern time and I have a very hard time catching him. Oh, that's what I do. I listen at work. Yeah, Dusty. I think that's great too. To just kind of listen to conversation while you're working probably makes the day go faster. Tammie has a notebook of original ideas. Why doesn't she use any of them? Someday, Donald, someday you might see an original idea here. So, okay, let me see where I was. But yeah, he started very early. He started 7 years ago. I actually went back and pulled Bill Thomas's first stream, and I'm going to show you a little bit of it because it's funny. Like 7 years made such a difference in live streaming, in the technology, in the way these people looked, in everything. Wait till you see who started the live stream with Bill Thomas. This is a little tiny bit of his first show. I just made a couple of clips because actually for like the first 5 minutes, they weren't sure if they were actually live or not. So I did trim this down just a little bit, but I wanted to show you again. Oh, okay, baby. I wanted to show you just a little bit of how it all started in 2017.
Yeah, no, we're live. I just got I think.
You ever get comments on your videos? People like speaking in Arabic?
Huh, it's not showing on my page. Arabic?
Yeah. Arabic and Spanish I get a lot.
Are you all, I'm not showing up on YouTube, but it says we're broadcasting. Hold on. Let me find out. Give me 1 sec. I don't see it. You go here. Well, I don't know.
It says you're live. It says we're live right now, too.
It says we're live right now. It says Drone Therapy on YouTube. Live. Hello. Hopefully nobody's in here right now like, hey, what the hell's going on?
We are live because I can see it through a different YouTube account.
This is our idea. I came up with the idea of drone therapy. We were going to help out all our fellow drone pilots. Like if you're having drone withdrawal on a rainy day and you need somebody to talk to, or if you go out and you buy a new drone but you're not sure how to tell your wife and you don't want to sleep on the couch that night, we're here for you. That's what drone therapy is for. Anything and everything involving drones, that's what we're here for. I'm Bill Thomas of Coast to Coast Drones, and Mr. Billy Kyle is also here, and I'm going to let him take over and introduce himself.
So yeah, pretty much only focus on DJI drones, doing tutorials, firmware updates, all of that stuff. And I guess I became friends with Bill after he was saying he friended me on Facebook. You guys are more on the FPV side, so I know there's a big following of DJI drones. So, yep, I feel like that's my role in this.
All right. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Kyle. We appreciate that. Now we're going to go next to Mr. Drone Worship himself, Dan.
Hey, what's up, guys? How we do? Oh, you look so beautiful tonight. So, I do a little bit of everything, man. I'm not just FPV. I do a little bit of all of it. I like all drones, anything to do with UAS or UAV. I tinker, I modify. I just like everything. My go-to is obviously 3DR Solo because it's just such an incredible bird being open source. But for the most part, I kind of do a little bit of everything. So that's what I'm here for. I'm the modified tinker guy, known for Hubson and 3DR. That's what I'm known for.
Isn't that crazy? First of all, I want to say that I didn't even recognize Dan. See, Laura said the same thing. I thought that was Dan. I didn't recognize him at first. I didn't either. Like, I recognized his voice. But yeah, he looks so different. Like, yeah, Night Train said he's looking great. I'm so proud of him. That's a big transformation. I didn't recognize him at all. Yeah, I went way back. I went way back to Bill's first stream because he was saying that he started 7 years ago. I was like, oh, I want to see that. And then I saw Dan and Billy Kyle. Like, that's how they started their stream, with the three of them on Wednesday nights, you know? So if anybody should have Wednesday nights, it's those guys, right? Like, they started 7 years ago. But yeah, even the technology, though, like, they couldn't figure out if they were actually live. And the way the software just kept flipping, like whoever was talking was on screen and the others were minimized. Like, it was really crazy looking, but hey, that's where it started. Brendan said the main difference between live streams is the creative video content, which gives me new ideas for what I want to create. And it is nice to go where people share my hobby interests. Yeah. I agree. Like, it seems, well, I don't know. Like, I like all of the streams because I do like to hear a little information and what's going on in the industry. I like to see videos, and the videos that I like that I see played on live streams, a lot of times it makes me go and sub to that channel. So I find new people to follow. And yeah, it is nice to just hang out with people that share your hobby. But I also think it's kind of cool that, like, you know, people who share your hobby also might have other things in common with you. And that's where, like, what I call the bullshit streams, the hangout streams, like, people end up talking about all different topics. So it's kind of cool, you know, that, like, yeah, you know, we have drones in common, but we probably end up finding a lot of other things that we have in common too. Yeah, Billy definitely. He looks like he's 12 now, but he really looked like a kid in that video. And I couldn't stop laughing over, do you ever get comments in Arabic? And Dan was like, Arabic? He's like, yeah, Arabic. I was like, Arabic? So that was kind of funny. He was over 400, really? Oh, he's down 160 pounds. Yeah, I mean, that's a huge difference. And his health has to be better, losing that kind of weight. Gary said, I like to highlight the different personalities on my stream. Yeah, see, Gary is one of the main reasons that I didn't want to do an interview stream, because Gary does an interview stream and he does a great job. So, you know, I was trying to think of something different to do over here, because interviews are covered between Gary's stream and, I would say, Fly for Fun show. They do a really great job of interviewing people in the community. Ray Kelly does interviews too, but he finds different people. Like, he finds people using drones in their work, like people in law enforcement or firefighters. So, like, Ray finds a different take doing the same thing. He's doing interviews, but, like, yeah, I for the most part won't do interviews because it's already being done really well. And I don't usually do news because that's being done really well. So yeah, I try to find other things to do. drones are boring. Well, you know, it's funny. Some people I think could talk about drones all day, every day. They're really that into it. I do like that on some streams, different topics come up because I don't think I would be able to just listen to streams about drones and drones only. So I do like that other things are there. A ribbit is what a frog says. I know. You ever comment in a ribbit? I thought the same thing, Charlie. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Let me see. Trying to make sure I thought I saw somebody else say something, but I guess I lost it. Okay. Okay. Let me go back to the list. So, okay, so speaking of Billy Kyle, what if someone seems to be personally against you? I mean, did everyone here see my fake TMZ video about Billy Kyle being against me as the co-host of Drone Brews? Did you all see that? Because if you did, I'm not going to play it again. But I will say, as far as conflicts and controversies goes, that was a really awkward moment and really kind of like shocking to me, I guess, like that someone would kind of be saying, like, while I'm sitting there, again, like I like to highlight that we are on live broadcasts, you know, sometimes things happen. So that night on Drone Brews, while on a live broadcast, you know, Billy Kyle called up and said he really prefers the other co-host better. Like, what a weird, awkward position to be in. Like, that was really, really surprising. Oh, you didn't see that, Lambo? Like, I wasn't going to play it because I felt like everyone had already seen it, but all right, I'll share it just because it does, like, this was one of my shocking moments of the year. Like, I guess I would say I was surprised to be asked to co-host Drone Brews anyway, but then while I'm sitting there to kind of hear, like, I don't know, that Billy Kyle liked the other co-host better, like, probably one of my most awkward live moments ever. So yeah, so here's my fake TMZ episode segment, whatever.
On last night's episode of Drone Brews, Tammie Jean received some unexpected criticism from America's sweetheart, the one and only Billy Kyle.
Hello? It's Billy Kyle.
All right, I'd like to submit a formal complaint. Really enjoyed the regular co-host. I enjoyed Eddie the Lips, seeing him every Wednesday.
We caught up with her this morning to get her reaction. How did you feel when Billy Kyle complained about you on the show last night?
I was a little surprised to be called out live on the air while I was sitting in the co-host seat trying to do a show. It was a little awkward.
She looks gorgeous. That hair is working for her.
Have you ever met Billy Kyle in person?
I have only met Billy Kyle once before at the South Florida drone meetup. He didn't say hi to me.
It just seems like he's a little disrespectful towards her. Or no.
He's a very big channel. I'm just a little newcomer in the drone world here on YouTube. Everyone else that he was with said hello and spoke to me, but not Billy Kyle. So that was when I first started to feel like that maybe perhaps he didn't like me.
Do you think Ken Dono will be looking for a new co-host based on what happened last night?
Well, I do hope that Ken will continue to have me as co-host, even though Billy Kyle does not approve.
Do you think the fans will be on your side?
The fans may have been a little bit divided, actually.
I'm a Sophie fan. You pick a side of these things, Team Sophie.
Why does it have to be one side or the other?
Because it's more fun that way.
Billy Kyle even went so far as to type into the chat that he missed Paul, the co-host that preceded Eddie Nunez. It's starting to look like, from Billy Kyle's perspective, the co-host of Drone Brews should be anyone except Tammie Jean.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel sad now.
Well, don't be sad.
Last night, fans were left wondering, is this Billy Dobo or original Dobo? Only time will tell.
We'll keep following this story. That's all for now.
So that was pretty fun to make, actually. I wanted to kind of make light of it, and like I wanted to talk about it on my show, but I wanted to make light of it. So I pulled in TMZ clips. I pulled in AI voiceover for narration. Like I clipped it all together. So yeah, I mean, as much as I thought it was awkward to sit there while he's saying he likes the old co-host better. Baby, I just fed you. During the last video, Jasper cried, so I went out and got his food, and he just ate most of it, and the whole office smells like wet dog food right now. So I can't imagine what you're crying about right now, baby. Why are you gonna cry? Maybe he wanted whatever was good. I always have to put something good on the top of his food to flavor it up for him. What did I have on the top? I had a little Monterey Jack cheese. I don't know. Do you want cheese? I think that's what he wants. So yeah, okay. Next video I'll have to go get some cheese. But wait a minute, pup. But yeah, so it was almost a challenge to see if I could put together a little TMZ segment. So yeah, nothing wrong with a little fake or real online battle, I guess. Hey, I don't think I said hi to Hunter WS earlier. Billy shave eyebrows. Hunter, does Hunter have a wrench? Can someone tell me if I owe anybody a wrench? Because I haven't been watching. Let me see. And you're doing a lot of cry, Pop. Oh, thank you, Deneen. I kind of have fun editing. Like I wish I had a little bit more time to edit. But oh, you think you can? I think he means out absurd me. I don't even know what I'm going to say next. Yeah, I think you guys probably put up the most creative things in the chat out of anybody. We should join forces, make a show so weird that nobody watches it. I would watch that, though. I would watch that. The Mudball and Rigger show? Or would it be the Rigger and Mudball show? We've got our first conflict. Yeah, Jasper's making an appearance over here. Well, at least he's talking. Jasper Wind is on the bingo card, which I haven't had time to work on, but this is coming up. Jasper Wines is in the lower left-hand corner there. So, yes, I am going to get Tammie Jean Stream bingo going, but in all honesty, I needed to get through the year in review first. I had so many videos to edit. Like every one of these videos that I'm showing was an edit that I had to do. So there was a lot of prep for this show. A lot of prep. I don't think I said hi to Johnny Drone Flyer. I saw that he was in the chat. Oh, you think poop time? See, he went for a walk at 7 and went poop. And then right before the show started, like right before 8 o'clock, he went for a walk and did poop. Like he did 2 poops tonight. Like I thought I was in the clear, but I might have to play a video. I've told you all before, he has pup buttons. So I bring him out to my buttons and then I ask him what he wants and he'll tell me outside or hungry or whatever. So, oh, Tim, I am going to put a how you doing on the card. And so, see, everything that's on the bingo card is things that happen during my show. But if Tim happens to stop by and say, how you doing in the chat and I read it out, then it counts. So there may be a how you doing box. All right, so I'm going to see what's next. I'm going to play a video and then I'm going to go and bring Jasper out to his buttons and see. Oh, right before you took one also. Great. Dog poo on the show badge. All right, pup, I'm going to play a video. And then I don't know. It could be cheese or it could be go potty. So, but it really shouldn't be go potty. All right. I'm going to go a little out of order so that I could play a little bit longer video right now. If TJ is still here, when's bingo starting? As soon as I get these cards done, Teach, probably in February. But this next one that I'm going to play is actually make a giggle box. This next segment actually involves TJ because TJ had an issue with his drone this year and he talked about it on a lot of streams. The reason that I want to play it though tonight is because I have a lot of thoughts about what happened and some advice for the community in general in the future. So I pulled clips from a lot of different places to put this story together. And I'm not putting up anything that wasn't sort of like public knowledge. So I'm not putting up any like side comments, side conversations, side chats. I'm only putting up things that were actually up on YouTube. So here's a little bit of what happened with TJ's drone. And I'm going to go see what Jasper needs. So if I'm not back right away, I'll be right back.
I feel so bad for TJ. I really do, man. I feel so shitty for TJ because he's such a friendly guy. And he's dealing with this now.
When it comes to TJ, you know, TJ, he's our happy-go-lucky guy. He's the guy that, you know, he's just a peaceful, calm guy.
Yeah, Maddie still needs to replace my my Mini 2 that I lost.
Lost or he lost?
Well, he lost.
Because it was supposed to be sent to somebody to get fixed.
And it got lost.
Right, and that person said that they lost.
Well,
wait.
Well, I think the person still has it, but he's
Hold on, TJ. He didn't tell you who he was sending it to?
Well, he did, but I forgot who the dude was.
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So I literally took it upon myself, you know what I'm saying, to fight for him, so to speak.
Big shout outs to Jonathan Jackson for really stepping up to the plate here and getting super involved.
That needs to go. Tell Maddie, hey, you working now? Where's my drone?
Well, he's not really working. He's just sitting at home and his wife's trying to find a job or whatever.
TJ's drone never should have gone to whoever you were sending it off to if you didn't have the ability to replace TJ's drone the moment something happened to it or it was lost.
You're a very trusting individual, man. And
yeah,
it's good.
That's what my mom says. I'm just too trusting of people.
Replace TJ's drone. TJ shouldn't have to wait on shit. If it's gone, it's gone. If the drone pops up again, sell it, get your money back.
Have you heard anything about getting your shit back or what?
Not yet, but Jonathan had asked me if I got in touch with Greg because he said that he had a Mini 2, I guess, lying around that he would send me, but
he got one. He got one coming. We got him covered. He's got one on the way.
I said, hey, Greg, just wanted to reach out and say that I really appreciate wanting to send me another Mini 2 to replace. That was very nice of you and all, but I'm giving Maddie 30 days to come up with the replacement.
I'm still giving this individual the benefit of the doubt that this thing will magically show up again and end up back in TJ's hands.
Do I think you will get this situation handled, whether other people jump in to assist you solve the problem, or you save up money, or you borrow money from somebody to get TJ another drone? I'm sure that will probably happen.
So that was actually a huge controversy that went on for a while. It is over and problem solved. However, there is a reason that I wanted to bring it up. And the reason is that I think this is a problem that could happen again and again with anyone. I will say that it's kind of, not that this exact thing happens here with us, but there have been people that asked Max to work on their drone. You know, can you take a look at it for me? Can you see if you can fix something? And the moment he says yes, then here come the phone calls, here come the texts. Hey, what's going on with that drone? Did you figure out what's wrong with that drone? Did you have time to look at it yet? No one's going to drop their life to work on your drone for hours. It's something, if someone's helping you out for free, it's something that's going to be squeezed in between work and all of your other commitments. Like, you know, I think when you offer to help, you are now responsible. Like the moment you take someone's drone and you say, yeah, I'll have a look at it, or let me send this to my guy. Like the moment you try to help someone with their problem, now you are responsible. And it's kind of horrible because I know, and by the way, Jasper was crying about this. He wanted some Colby Jack. Like I brought him out to his buttons, and the second I said, what do you want? It was like, boom, hungry. So yeah, I've been giving him cheese over here on the side. But yeah, the moment you say, hey, I'll help you out, and you take someone's drone off your hand, and now you've gotten yourself involved. And I know for Max, it was almost like a bit of a, like, oh, why did I volunteer to do this? Why did I put myself in this situation? Because again, it's the phone calls. It's how's my drone doing? And it was really too much. He did fix some drones. And then the moment they got crashed or something happened, it's like, hey, can you look at it again? Like, no, he just spent hours fixing your drone. Like, this isn't his job, you know? And I think one time someone gave him like $20, which that's nice, but it wasn't like worth all the time he put into it. And it just became too much. So I would say, like, if you're into FPV, real drones or whatever, get yourself to YouTube University and learn how to fix them. You'll be doing it a lot. I have more cheese. You know, don't count on someone in the community to take a look at that for you for free, because they will never get it done fast enough for you. And it's just going to happen again. So definitely learn how to fix your own stuff if you're into, you know, carbon drones. If you're into DJI and you don't have Care Refresh, find someone that works on DJI drones. There are people out there that will fix your drone for a fee. And that's only fair, because the moment you get out, your soldering iron and your tools and you start digging into any drone, it's a lot of time. Nothing is a quick fix. So I feel like it's a business deal. It will always be a business deal. There is no, hey, I'll build that for you, or I'll fix that for you. Like, these are way too big a jobs to be favors by anyone. But if you know someone that can fix your friend's drone, give your friend their contact information. Like, don't, let them take care of it themselves. Like, don't make someone else's problem your problem and get in the middle of their business. Like, it's just not worth it. So as much as I hated to kind of like bring that back up, I felt like there was actually like, it was the only incident like this, but it's not an isolated incident as far as people trying to help other people with their drones. It's too much. Those are all business deals, and you should find someone who can do the work, deal directly with them, and then you should pay them. Like, this, it's definitely much too big of a job to just be a favor. And especially if we're talking about, if it's a DJI drone, it's way too much time to open that thing up and fix it. And if it's an FPV drone, you're going to have to fix it over and over again, most likely. So you should just learn how to do it if that's the side of the hobby that you're into or planning on getting into, or whatever. So that's why I brought it back up. Well, for one reason, some of the things I talk about on here, like, not everybody is at every stream. So, some people might have wondered, like, hey, whatever happened with that? It's solved. It's figured out. Maddie ended up finding, I think it was a Mini 2 that had gone missing, and he found one and replaced it for TJ. They are still buddies. They are still out flying together. So, that issue is solved. But I thought it brought up a bigger issue of just definitely take care of your own business as far as your drones. You want another piece of cheese? No one should get in the middle, because it just makes you responsible. And if you're offering to do something, if you're offering to do something for someone, I hope anyone who has given a friend their drone, a friend who offered to fix it, like, please understand that is a lot of time they just gave you, and try to maybe do something for them or offer them payment or something. It's a lot of work. So that's what I wanted to say about drones. Definitely be able to take care of your own business, and certainly don't be a middleman. And I guess that's it. I see some things in the chat. That's why I really don't like borrowing or flying anything from anyone. I'm glad you said that, Deneen, because I so agree. I see all the time, and Max is on board with this too. All the time, people are like, hey, you want to fly it? Nope. I don't want to fly your drone. I don't want anything to happen to your drone while I'm flying it, because that would totally suck. And again, like, whoever has that remote in their hand, like, they're going to feel responsible. Maybe they are responsible if your drone crashes. So definitely, I'm so on board with you here, Deneen. I don't like to fly other people's drones at all. And Max the same. He has here and there. I think actually maybe Tony offered Max to fly his Avata with the motion controller, the dildo, at South Florida Drone Meetup. And he did actually try it. But that was like, that was out of the ordinary, because normally Max does not fly other people's drones. Like, he's a great pilot, but you just never know when something might happen. So totally agree with you, Deneen. Definitely totally agree with you. I don't know if I said hi to Andrew earlier. Hello, Andrew. Cool Cat said, couldn't agree more. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man a fish and you've saved yourself a fish. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, definitely. If you can handle your own repairs, that's the best way. DJI, Max has opened them up for me a couple of times, and that is a hell of a project when you open up a DJI drone. So probably worth the money to send that out either to DJI or to someone who repairs them. We actually met somebody on the boardwalk when we went to the Ken Heron meetup who repairs them. I think Dalton Drones. He repairs DJI drones. There's people out there that work on these. Are you still tapping your feet? I hear the little tap tap of puppy claws because he wants another bite of cheese. But yeah, but either side, it's too big of a job for it to be a favor to someone. Definitely plan on paying for it and take care of it yourself. That would definitely be my advice there. Jonathan said, for the record, Maddie handled his own business in the end and TJ got his drone back. I call that redemption. Let's go 2024. Totally agree, Jonathan. It all worked out in the end. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to take the lesson from that of take care of your own shit, I guess. You know, even if someone offers to help, just understand it's a big job and like you're making yourself responsible when you offer your help. It kind of can end up to be more than you bargained for. Let me see. Joe said, I'm wiring and soldering my first carbon quad Sunday afternoon. Good for you, Joe. I mean, Max used to do all his own builds. I don't know if you all knew Max back then, but there were always parts. There was always soldering. It's a lot when you, but if you at least build one, then you know what you're doing and then you can make your repairs. So awesome. I assume you mean you're doing like a full build, and that's awesome. That's exactly what you should do, Joe. And then you can be, oh, that was your old Mini 2 in TJ's hands? That's right. I remembered something like that. That's awesome. I fixed shit. Thank you so much. He said, truer words have never been spoken. I will do favors regardless of how big, especially if I consider you a friend. But I'm taking responsibility the moment I get involved. Yeah, absolutely. Like you have just put yourself in possibly a situation, maybe not, but certainly you're investing. If you're actually getting into fixing, it's a lot of time, no matter what kind of drone you're working on, and you are now responsible. So just like a word to the wise, you know, if we can take anything from this year's conflicts and controversies, like I think, you know, let's learn the lesson from it and then move on to 2024. But thank you, Dan. I totally appreciate that. And I don't know if you were here earlier, but I played a clip from the very first drone therapy, and everyone was commenting on your transformation, and Night Train was saying how proud of you he is. So nice words being spoken about you earlier. And it was just kind of fun to see, like back in the day, like where you guys all started with live streaming. Like I pulled a clip where Bill was talking about his start. So it just made me think today, I want to see his first live stream, and you were in it. So that was cool to see. Let me see. Hey, have drone will fly. Good to see you, Chris. Oh, you pay Dustin good money and you get great service. Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, I kind of think that even if a friend offers to do something for you, build something for you, fix something for you, like they kind of deserve some kind of compensation, because it really is a lot of work, even if they had offered to do you a favor. You break it, you buy it, right, Brendan? Exactly. Like I don't want to break someone else's drone. And I've seen that at a few of the meetups we've been at. Like I have seen someone flying someone else's drone and crashing someone else's drone, and it's awkward for everybody. It really is. Even if everybody's cool with each other, like that's just a sucky kind of moment. Yes, that's right, Deneen. That happened at South Florida with the oddtail that went into the ocean. So yeah, that was what are you saying, baby? You want another cheese? He loves these Colby Jack squares. Maddie offered me a 7-inch frame for free. He didn't know I live in the UK, and I had to refuse his offer, but he's a superb member of our lovely community. Yeah, that's really nice. But oh, you're so right, Cool Cat. Shipping can be crazy when you start to ship stuff overseas. I wonder what kind of reaction I would have had from Dan if I had him sign a disclosure and release before flying my quads. Well, you know, I mean, you feel confident when you're putting your remote in the hands of a skilled pilot, but still anything could happen. So, I mean, I guess, you know, it's a risk for everybody. Max sucks, Joe Footaleo said. Oh, you told him he was off the hook if anything happened? Yeah, because I know he normally turns that down every time, Tony. You've let strangers fly your drones? Well, you're brave. Are you talking DJI drones? You know, GPS drones, or like, I would assume so. Hey, Mr. Skyfly. Thank you, Joel. 4 a.m. comes early. Nap time for me. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Joel. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Let's see. I won't even let my kids touch my freestyle rigs. Yeah. I remember the cat used to be really interested in Max's freestyle drones. And one time when we were out, something wasn't working, and it was definitely a wire, and we think it was the cat. Let me see. So if you have an offer to fly someone's drone and you crash it, do you need to pay for the damage or just hand the controller back and say that sucks? Yeah, that's why I wouldn't take it in the first place, because they're saying, hey, fly my drone. And I've seen it. I've seen it a bunch of times. Here, fly my drone. See if you like it, you know, see if you like the DJI FPV or whatever drone it is, the Avata. Here, fly it. And then, yeah, if it crashes, I mean, it's not like you asked and begged to fly that thing. So now what? Now, it's a shitty situation. I think just don't be in that situation. I would say no, Philip, really. Oh, Don hands his drone remote to blindfolded babies. You know, I have seen wait, what is this? Ken replaced a drone and he just asked the dude to fly up the smokestack. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, okay. So going back to what we were discussing with TJ's drone and Maddie offering to help, like in that situation, Maddie kind of made himself responsible and made himself financially responsible. So I would say if I was going to fly someone else's drone, I would have to be prepared to cover the cost of it if I wrecked it, right? And I'm not in that financial category. So I would definitely have to say no, because I wouldn't be able to cover it if I crashed it. So yeah, I think that is the deciding factor right there. Can you cover it or not? And if not, don't be involved. You know, that's why I would not want to fly anyone else's. Mike, I would have replaced anything I crashed. I don't even think that's a question in your head. No, I'm sure it's not. I wouldn't take my DJI apart. I'll break stuff on the tank and fix it until I run out of tips on my iron. Yeah, I've seen the DJI taken apart, and it's really a mess. It's a lot in there. There's a lot going on in there. I fixed it. Was timed out by Nightbot. What? Are you serious? Why? What happened? No. I set up Nightbot just recently, I think last stream, just to remind people that I'm not against super chats. However, I turned off every single switch that wanted it, like looking for spam and looking for this and looking for that. I never have any problems on this stream, except once when I forgot to turn on subscribers only mode. I had someone in here spamming the shit out of the stream and ruining the whole thing. And that was someone that had, I think I counted 15 or 16 accounts with the same exact name. That's the only time I've ever had a problem. So the only reason that I set up Nightbot at all was to just say, hey, if you're enjoying the content. But yeah, so if Nightbot is doing this kind of shit, I'm gonna have to turn it off because I really don't like that stuff. I have I have some friends that use a lot of emojis. So, right, Jonathan? So, yeah, I have to figure that out. I apologize. He wasn't really supposed to be like in here ruining the stream in any way. Let's see. But thanks for telling me that, Night Train, because I did not know that was going on. Oh, good night, Fishers Ariel. Thanks for being here. Yeah, look at Jonathan with all of the emojis, right? Why time out if only for 5 seconds? Yeah, I don't know. That's none of it is making any sense to me. I'll have to check into that. Technically, I was one of the original streams about drones. It was called Drone Tales. And then it became the Drone Worship Show. And then I decided to pair up with Bill and Coast to Coast later on. I thought so, Dan, because at the very beginning of that first drone therapy stream, you guys were trying to figure out if you were live. And then you were saying that you usually have your computer going to like a projector type thing. And that's where you watch the chat. You were saying like what you usually do. And since it was the first drone therapy stream, I figured you must have started streaming before that if you already had things that you usually do on streams. So I've been flying drones since 2012, and I've been through multiple YouTube channels before Drone Worship ever took off. Yeah, I knew that you were one of the OGs for sure. I thought once about having because this year, I want to have some different panels on here, not like a hangout and bullshit panel, but like I already had one with female pilots. I have another one coming up with female pilots. I was thinking about having a panel of OGs on here. That was just a thought I had, like finding people that have really been doing this for a long time, that have been in the community for a long time, and just kind of getting their thoughts on I don't know, YouTube, live streams, drones, just kind of like in general. I thought about having a panel of OGs on here at some point. Jane said, I let strangers, adults, and children fly my drones as I teach them for the first time. I understand the risk and I accept it. I saw a video from James recently. I played some on this channel actually, where he is teaching his granddaughter to fly, and I have never seen anyone more patient, and what a good teacher he is. That's really great of you to offer that up, James, because it's a lot. It's definitely a lot when you're going to let someone fly your drone. And it takes a certain kind of person to teach too, I feel. The reason I prefer not to be a mod is because it makes it easy to click on people's name and subscribe to the channel. If I'm a mod, it only gives me mod options. Is that why Nightbot went after Dan, though? Is Dan not wrenched on this channel? I didn't realize that you have never been here, Dan. I usually make everyone a mod so that people can go to each other's channels easier. Like pretty much everyone in here has wrenches, right? Yeah, I thought he typed in 4 smiley faces too. But I'm thinking that maybe maybe no one's really having a problem with him because everyone is everyone's a mod, and maybe Dan isn't a mod. So I think that could be it. Darn. I usually have YouTube open so I could quickly give people wrenches, but I didn't. Okay, but now I do. Okay, so all right, I'm behind in the chat. Hey, chat is here. Good to see you. Brendan said, I was a cell phone technician before the smartphone came out. Most of the damage was corrosion from liquid water. Yeah, I believe that. Night Train said, he's more OG than me by far. Yeah, I think Dan is one of the originals, right? Okay. All right, let me see. My godson has been flying my drones since going on 5 years, from my Mini 2 up to my Mavic 2 Pro. Yeah, well, Deneen has such a nice buddy to sometimes travel with her, sometimes go to events with her. Her godson is a really, really sweet kid. And she brought him to the drift track a couple of times when we were all there. So, yeah, I can see Deneen being a good teacher as well. Okay. All right, let me see what I had next, because I skipped around a little bit. Okay. So going backwards, this is just kind of funny. I thought it was funny. Recently, I was over on Jake Sloan's channel, and he kind of got into a rant about a negative commenter. And I think I rarely see Jake rant about anything. So this one, so there obviously all the fights I'm pulling, I kind of have thoughts about. So I will talk about this one, but first let me show you a little bit of his rant.
Quirks, and I got called out for being a DJI shill and blah 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 on the Inspired 3 review. That comment has since been deleted, and that person's been banned from the channel because basically they were being a real person. But the I just I don't mind criticism, but as soon as you start just name calling and calling me a shill and a bunch of other stuff when I clearly said I was not sponsored, and then you're going to call me a shill when I don't get paid for it and I don't get to keep a drone out of the deal, you can just go, somewhere else.
All right. He tried really hard. I don't know if Jake doesn't curse on his live stream or if he just doesn't curse like in life at all. But it seemed like he was really, really struggling to explain just how aggravated he was at this negative commenter. Like after all the work and time and money he put into this particular video, someone on a Facebook channel was saying that he was a shill for DJI. I hope that Jake doesn't mind, but I tried to help him out with this rant a little bit. Like I said, I don't think he uses curse words. So I think this is what Jake wanted to say.
I got called out for being a DJI shill and blah, blah, blah on the Inspired 3 review.
Okay, first of all, fuck you, motherfucker.
That comment has since been deleted, and that person's been banned from the channel because
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
But the I don't mind criticism, but as soon as you start just name calling and calling me a shill and a bunch of other stuff when I clearly said I was not sponsored, And I spent literally weeks of my time and probably at least $1,000 in gas. And then you're going to call me a shill when I don't get paid for it and I don't get to keep a drone out of the deal. You can just go
fuck yourself.
And they basically called me out. They were like, you didn't mention any of the faults, which there are a few faults, but I'm also not interested in just calling out faults. It's so many people just bitching about everything that's wrong. And to me, it's like, yes, there are faults, there are limits. But at the end of the day, I'm more interested in what can it do? What can it produce? And whatever you have to do to work around those limitations, what can you do with a tool? You want to sit there and complain about every little fault and every little limitation that you don't think a drone should have because it costs $16,000 or $5,000 or whatever it costs. That's fine. You can do that. I don't care.
Go fuck yourself.
Anyway, soapbox off. There's so much crap and just total BS in those Facebook groups, and I see it coming through the comments on my YouTube channel too. And
you piece of shit, though. F you.
And yeah, I'm not interested in dealing with that crap. There's a reason I'm hardly in any Facebook. There's a reason I'm hardly on Facebook at all anymore. But yeah, it just
now that pisses me off.
It drives me crazy. Anyway. So, and you can tell me I'm wrong, but as soon as you start accusing me of being of essentially lying to you, saying that I wasn't sponsored or paid by DJI, and then you're telling me I'm lying about it because I didn't say all of the faults that you think are wrong with the drone, then
go fuck yourself. But go fuck yourself. Is that clear?
I have zero interest in interacting with you online at all, ever again. So, there we go.
Go fuck yourself.
So, I mean, I think I helped. I don't know. I just felt like, I know he is, he seems like he's a perfect gentleman on his streams. I've never even heard him rant. So I was like, wow, like he's really angry at this Facebook guy, but he couldn't I felt like he couldn't say what he wanted to say. So yeah, just trying to help. So anyway, yeah, so like that just made me think about like those keyboard warriors, like I feel like there's a lot of people, especially on Facebook. I feel like but I've seen it on YouTube as well. Like I watched somebody's show reel and I thought it was a really nice job. Like it was a really good show reel. And I think I actually talked about this before. Like first comment, your color grading was all over the place. This was a show reel from the entire year. Different places, different times of day, different times of year, different seasons. Of course, the color grading was all over the place. But like, who says that? Who says that? Like someone put together an entire year of their work, like their best clips, like the best stuff that they could put together of their stuff. And the first thing someone says is like a negative comment about it. Like, I don't know. I feel like some people just like to do that. Some people just like to be the keyboard warrior and like, I don't know, just say your shit sucks and try to cut you down. And like, it's just not necessary. If someone is asking for constructive criticism, then by all means say, you know what? I think, the color grading was so different on every clip that it just kind of threw me off. Okay, cool. You know what? Thanks. I'll try to fix that. But I think most times by the time people post their video, they have edited it and just done what they can to the best of their abilities. I think they're trying to put out their best work. And at that point, they're not really looking for constructive criticism. Like, if you like it, leave a nice comment. If you didn't, move on or whatever. But I don't think that's the point that people are looking for negative comments. But yeah, I can see like in some of the Facebook groups are really nasty. Like people get really nasty in the comments. I saw one Facebook group, someone was asking if it's really worth it to go acro because he felt pretty good just flying. I don't know if he had angle mode, sport mode. I don't remember what kind of drone he was flying. It was a question. He had never tried acro before. People jumped all over this guy. Like he was the dumbest motherfucker ever. Like people were ripping him apart. Like, what's wrong with you? And it was a question, but yeah, some of the Facebook groups get really nasty. So I just kind of want to say that there's like, I don't know. I doubt anyone here is like that. It's just like why? Like who does that? I don't know. I don't know who does it. Like I feel like miserable people are keyboard warriors. That's what I think anyway. Yeah, like I don't know. Like why? Oh, good night, Dan. Thanks for being here. I appreciate that you stopped by, and I appreciate the super chat. That was really nice. I would never fly his stuff no matter how much butter cam he can add and make it look good. I'm not sure who you mean, but my blacklist has gotten bigger and bigger for that reason. Yeah, Chad, I remember you saying that people were giving you negative comments on your videos and telling you should just delete it, that it sucked, or you should redo the whole thing. And that's bullshit because I think you have nice content. Like, I don't come around as much as I would like to anyone's channels. You know, I apologize. I do work 9 to 5, and then I try to put together this stream, and I try to have a life outside of the computer as well. So, you know, I don't watch anyone's stuff as much as I would like to, but I think that Windwalker Chad, he does a nice job. He does some nice videos. I've shown some here on the channel before, and I just think it's really shitty that anyone feels a need to come over and say something negative about them. I really don't think there's a reason for that. To be fair, though, leaving nasty comments behind the safety of a screen can really cheer you up and as a bonus, make you feel super important. Yeah, well, that's exactly what I think is happening there, Michael. I think people feel very important by, and they make themselves feel bigger by taking other people down. And it's just really not necessary. I deleted Facebook in 2015. Wow. You know, I feel like Facebook, more than any of the other social media platforms, I feel like it's all ads and things that you didn't ask to see, you know, like things that you did not ask to be in your feed. Like you're lucky if you see a post from one of your friends, because I feel like it's mostly bullshit. I keep it up there. So, you know, if I haven't in a while, but if I take any pictures, I want my mom to see them, or I don't know, like even like, I have cousins on my Facebook. I could see, you know, oh, look how big their kids are getting. Like I have a huge family and I don't always see them. So I do keep my Facebook, but I don't spend much time there. As anyone who's ever tried to contact me on there knows, I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook. Actually, if I do, I might just be scrolling Marketplace because it's fun. And I'm not even scrolling like Facebook necessarily. Let me see. A simple question shouldn't feel like you entered a war zone. Yeah, no, sometimes it gets very childish, especially on Facebook, I really think. Egos can be a big burden. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's a bigger reflection of them than of any of the videos they're commenting on, for sure. Okay, I'm trying to scroll down. I'm trying to get to the end of the chat, and I'm sorry. I'll you know me. I'll be reading through this all later. I won't be able to keep up with it all tonight, especially because it's getting late. Like, I've been on for a long time. Let me see how much more I had for tonight. We might be going into next week on this one. Hold up. See my list. I already did that one. Oh my gosh. I have a lot more, and one of them is like a really big conversation that I want to have. I feel like it's just going to take too long. All right, this might be to be continued, because I am not going to get through all of the conflicts and controversies tonight. I'm starting to get tired. I'm going to play you one more, though. And this was one that I kind of did for fun. But yeah, this is going to be the last one for tonight. And I'm going to have to continue. Definitely won't get through all of this tonight. Because like I said, for each one I play, I mostly have like some thoughts about it and some reasons that I pulled it. And I think people should show more humility. Like me, I'm extremely humble. I bet if there were a contest for humility, I would be a world champion. You're funny, Donald. All right. This is something that I thought it was going to be a conflict. So as soon as I saw it going down, I hit record.
And Dre. Hello, Mr. Crawford.
Well,
Hello.
howdy, Bob, and howdy, John.
How are you today?
I'm doing great, but I just want to take a quick second. I think I owe Mr. Coopy an apology.
Oh, no.
What happened? It was maybe sometime last year, and I gave John a hard time on one of the shows he was on. And ever since then, I always felt like John's been dodging me. He's over here. God, look at. I'm afraid I'm going to come after him. But I say, John, I was just giving you some good ribbing. I don't have no ill will or intentions towards you. I respect you to the utmost because of your knowledge in the FPV community. But I didn't want you to ever think that I had an axe to grind with you or anything else, that you have to leave a show or anything because I show up.
Oh, good.
You know? Dre, I really appreciate that. I'm going to be completely and totally honest with you. I have no idea what you're talking about. I literally have no idea what you're talking about. So you are all good, man. You are all good.
Well, I appreciate that in return. I just want to make sure sometimes we rib each other a bit, and sometimes we don't understand where people may be at that point in life and time, and they may not receive it in the same manner. So I just want to make sure that you and I are on good terms and professional wise and friends wise and everything else. That is not beneath me to admit I'm wrong or I apologize for anything I might have missed.
We are totally on good terms, man. We are totally cool, man.
Oh, that is so good.
I'm glad. I'm actually kind of glad you brought this up because I'm gonna go make my wife some tea because she is sick. I'm not leaving to dodge you because you came on. All right, so I'm gonna go do that and I'm gonna come back. So.
Okay, good.
Just making some tea real quick for her.
Okay,
all right?
okay.
I'll be back. So
all right, John. Good. When you come back, I'll bring you back in. Okay.
All right.
So Dre.
One eternity later.
Yourself, when lawyers say about 4 or 5 law firms, they'll keep you busy doing work. Especially you got lawyers who do personal injury work and all this kind of stuff like that keeps you out in the field.
So that looked like it was going to be a conflict, but it wasn't. But I wanted to say that in this situation, I feel like Dre was really a class act here because he thought that John Coopy might have had a problem with something he said in the past, And so here they were on the stream together, and he wanted to address it head on, apologize, and you know, make sure that, you know, John realized he meant no harm and that he was sorry. I thought he did a really nice thing there, because, you know, I feel like if you think there might be something wrong, if you think there could be something that you did that irritated someone, I think the better thing to do would be like Dre did. Stand up and say, hey, I think I may have offended you, and I hope that I didn't, but I want to say I'm sorry. Like, that was perfect. That was well done. And I feel like the community definitely needs more of that. Koopy went and smacked a punching bag for a few moments off camera. That's pretty funny, Cliff. But yeah, I feel like that was, you know, he thought there might be an issue and he didn't want to pretend that there wasn't. So he talked about it. And I think that was great. So yeah, always settle issues as soon as possible. Not like that Justin fella. Well, that's true. But honestly, I think I am out of steam for tonight. I did not get through everything that I pulled. Let me see how many I had left. Oh man, I had like 3 more things left, but like I said, I wanted to talk about each one of them. So I feel like I'm not going to be able to do more. I'm not going to be able to go until like 11 o'clock tonight. It would definitely be at least a half hour more. So I think that's all I can do, you guys. I think that's all I can do. I'm like exhausted. There's still 35 people here waiting to see who else was fighting this year. And I hate to let you down, but I might have to save the last 3. I think there's at least 3. You know what? There's 3 that I had prepared, and then there were a couple that I was kind of hanging on to, like I wasn't sure if I was going to bring them up or not. But maybe I can just do Conflicts and Controversies Part 2. I'll show the 3 that I had holding on, that I had waiting for tonight, and then I could bring up the other ones as well. That would probably make a full show. All right. I guess there's going to be part 2. You need more drama, Cliff? I do have more. I definitely have more. If you think I insulted you, and I did, suck it up, Buttercup. Well, you know, actually, I have to say, Jim is pretty funny in the chat. Like, Jim leaves some funny comments. I've always noticed that about you, Jim. You are definitely fun to have in the chat of the show. Oh my gosh, pistols at dawn is the only way to solve the ramen dilemma. Do I have to pull the ramen dilemma? Should we talk about this, guys? Because I will tell you right now that I did not pull clips for the ramen dilemma. But if you think I should, you know, we could talk about it right here. I'll pull the clips. I'll put it together. Tell me which stream to look at, you know, like tell me whose channel to go on, and which stream to watch, and I'll watch it, and I'll pull stuff out, and we'll talk about the ramen dilemma, because I keep seeing it come up in the chat. So yeah, send me an email to tammiejeanstream@yahoo.com. You can let me know where to find the ramen dilemma, and also if there's anything else you feel I should have covered, let me know. Oh, the ramen clip is on Donald's channel. Oh, I thought that it happened in a live stream though, right? No, I don't put the lives on a playlist. You know what? A lot of the time, Tim, I'm not at home or I'm not at my computer. And so, like, I'll type myself a note into my phone. Like, I'll say something like, you know, today on a nighttime edition of Paul Murray, about an hour into the stream, I don't know, big confession from somebody or whatever, you know what I mean? Like I'll leave myself notes so that I can go back and find stuff. Because it's always at the most like not convenient time that something's going on. So yeah, I mean, a playlist would be helpful too, though. That's not a bad idea, Tim. But yeah, I usually kind of leave myself almost like a timestamp, like 54 minutes into, you know, Ken Heron, like this happened, whatever. So yeah. I'm trying to read the rest of the chat, you guys. See, my eyes are getting tired too. Wait. Oh, what I miss? Who's an old cranky fuck that yells at kids in his yard? Oh, are you saying that Jim is? I don't think so. Oh, he was talking about Jim. How did you find out, Mike? That's funny. You know, I thought that I was there, Don. I kind of remember something about proper ramen and, you know, you didn't have time to stop and get it on the way home from work, something like that. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'll have to go find it and we'll have to talk about it. Apparently it keeps oh no, I liked when he added vegetables and ate them with chopsticks. I do feel like that's correct. All right, looks like we're going to take sides on this issue because I feel like that was correct. Tim needs to prepare a video for his defense outlining a proper ramen. That's true, because I don't know that I know both sides of it. And I feel like that is the essence of good reporting. You have to have both sides. You have to try to be objective and you have to have both sides. So whenever possible, whenever possible. But on that note, you guys, it's been 2.5 hours for me. So I feel like that's kind of all I could do, even though before the stream, Max heated up my coffee for me and delivered it. So thank you, my honey. But yeah, I'm running out of steam. So to be continued, Conflicts and Controversy Part 2 coming up. I'll let you know when. But for now, I think that's it. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you, and I hope I see you next week. Next week's stream is at 10. So I don't know if that will be part 2 of Conflicts and Controversies or if I'm going to save it for the next 8 o'clock show. But I will let you know. Thanks again for being here, and I hope I see you all next week.